What's up, gang? Welcome back to the pod. I'm your host, and it's another week, another podcast, and it's a beautiful day today. I don't know if you could see, but the sun is shining on me. Sun is just wafting into this room, just getting full solar energy right now. You know what I mean? Just taking in those sun rays, baby. Just soaking in the sun. But yeah, it's honestly. It's a pretty good day. I don't know what the temperature is. I think last time I checked, I think it's like in the 60s or something, which is pretty nice, I must say. You know, not too hot, not too cold. This week has been a little wild, to say the least. You know, like actually, like the past couple weeks have been pretty wild for Florida weather. You know what I'm talking about? Or actually, you probably don't. If you don't live in Florida, you have no idea what I'm talking about. So, let me tell you what I'm talking about. So, the past couple of weeks have been a little crazy, right? There was like it was pretty cold for a few days. It was like in the 50s and 60s and such, and then it got really hot. You know, I was burning up for you, baby. Shout out Jonas Brothers. Okay, no, but seriously, I was burning up. It was hot as fuck. It was like in the 80s. Or something like that, and you know, on my bed, I have a comforter and like 2 extra blankets, all right, along with the regular sheet because it's been cold, you know. So I'm trying to stay warm. So I got a couple extra blankets on my bed, and it was pretty cold at night, and all of a sudden, like I said, it got hot, right? And I was like, okay, maybe this is just like a fluke, you know, maybe something weird's going on, and it's just like a one day it's pretty hot, right? But it was hot for a few days. And so I was like, you know what, screw this. So I took the blankets off, you know, took the blankets off. I was like, I'm tired of burning up every night because of this weird Florida weather. And so I took the blankets off. And that night, I swear to God, it got down into like the fucking 30s, maybe even the 20s. It was cold. I wake up in the morning and I'm freezing my baguettes off. It was cold, dude. It was freezing. And so I put the blankets back on. Because I was like, what is going on? And it was freezing fucking cold. It was like in the 30s during the day for like 2 or 3 days. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then today it's in the 60s. Literally, it was freezing cold yesterday. It was freezing. Okay, yesterday wasn't as bad. It was like maybe in the 50s, maybe 40s, okay? So it wasn't that bad, but it was pretty cold. But the day before that, it was in the 30s during the fucking day. It was like noon and it's like 36 degrees outside. And I'm like, what the hell? And you know, and now it's in the 60s. I don't know what's going on with this weather. You know, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the weather so I can, you know, put blankets on or off my bed. Also trying to plan my fits. Like, I'm wearing jeans and a t-shirt today because I don't know. Is it going to be too cold? Is it going to be too hot? I don't know. Maybe let's get somewhere in the middle, right? Jeans and a t-shirt. That's my outfit for today. I don't understand the weather sometimes. You know, it didn't even rain. Well, I mean, okay, it rained on Sunday. But now it's getting warm, which is weird because usually during the winter when it rains, that's when the cold front comes in and that's when it gets cold. But this week it got freezing before the rain. I don't know, man. I'm not a weather boy, so I don't understand weather. But something tells me this is not normal. This is weird. You know, how is it like in the 50s, then it's in the 80s, then it's in the 30s, and now we're in the 60s. Like over the course of just 2 weeks. How fucking wild is that weather? You know what I mean? I don't get it. You know, it makes it difficult to plan my fits. You know, it makes it difficult because like I'm thinking, oh sweet, I could bust out the winter fits, and then it's like 80 degrees, and I'm like, okay, so summer fits, and then they're like 30 degrees, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm done trying to plan this out. It's not working out. I don't know what to do anymore. So yeah, so I picked something just right in the middle. Jeans and a t-shirt. But yeah, it shouldn't be too cold. Like I said, it's like in the 60s, so it should be pretty nice. But yeah, I gotta get new jeans though. Like these jeans, they're failing on me. They're literally failing. I've only had these jeans for, I don't know, maybe a year. Maybe a year. I don't. Part of me tells me that hasn't even been that long. Okay, but I've only had these jeans for a little bit, and it's falling apart. They're falling apart on me. You know. I mean, you don't know, but they're falling apart on me. You know, I got like a big hole in the jeans now, and well, I mean, it's not big, okay, but it's noticeable, and it's right on my ass. You know, of all places for a hole to develop, it's right on my ass. You know, like if it was like around the knee area, or maybe even a little bit like mid thigh, I could salvage these. I'm like, hey, you know, I'll just chalk that up as like a fashion choice. Yeah, no, I bought these jeans with the tears in it, you know, because that's a fashionable thing these days. I mean, hell, have you seen some women with jeans? Like the whole front of their jeans is gone. You know, just a big asshole from like mid thigh down to their ankles. And I'm like, what's even the point of wearing jeans at that point? You know, might as well just wear, you know, denim shorts. You know. You ripped off 50% of the jeans. Just wear shorts. Well, I don't, you know, so I'm just saying, like, I have some leeway. You know, I can have a tiny little hole and be like, hey, see, it's a fashion choice. It's a fashion choice. That's it. I'm making a fashion statement with this little hole thing, okay? You know, but it's on my ass. You know what I mean? It's like, how do you justify a hole on your ass? Oh, it's a fashion choice. But yeah, I mean that just goes to show you how fat my ass is. It's literally just busting out of my jeans. It's busting my jeans wide open. That's a it cannot be contained. That's how fat my ass is. So yeah, so I gotta get new jeans now. And it sucks because I literally love these jeans. These are like my favorite jeans that I've ever gotten, you know? And now I gotta get new ones. I don't even know if where I got these even still makes these jeans. I don't know. Because yeah, I've been back a few times to pick up some extra jeans, and I was like, hey, you know, maybe I'll get a second one of my favorite jeans just in case something happens to the first. And I have yet to find these exact jeans again. So I'm kind of shit out of luck. You know, these are my favorite jeans, and they don't make them anymore. At least it doesn't seem like it. But I guess I gotta try my best to find these jeans again, or at least find ones that are close. I don't know. It's depressing though, because it's like I've only had these for a year. You know, jeans should last a little bit longer than that, right? I've never had jeans that fell apart in a year. This is a first time for me, you know. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Maybe I just wore them too often. I don't know, because I wore these a lot, I gotta say. Because like I said, they were my favorite jeans. So I loved wearing them. I looked fucking fire in them. And I wanted to wear them all the time. So, I don't know, maybe that's the reason why. You know, but just it kind of pisses me off. You know, I noticed it was getting a little, where the hole developed. I noticed like a couple months ago that it was kind of getting rough in that area, and I was like, okay, it's kind of falling apart, but it's okay so far, you know. And then one day I pull it out of the wash and I look, and there's like this hole. And you gotta be shitting me, you know what I mean? Now I really gotta get new jeans, because I'm telling you, one of these days someone's gonna be like, you know, you got a hole on your ass. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's a fashion choice. But yeah, I don't know. I got to get new jeans now. But yeah, so yeah, it kind of sucks about my jeans. Because like I said, I like these. I'm wearing them right now. You know, that's how much I like these jeans, despite the fact that there's a hole on my ass I'm like, no, I'm gonna wear these things. But yeah, so anyways. So last week I was talking about music, finding new music and such. And so this week I thought I'd continue the trend of talking about music, but we're gonna go back in time a little bit. All right. We're not okay, the Japanese pop was from the 90s, so that is back in time. But I just mean like we're gonna take a trip down memory lane. Okay. So for some reason this week has been the age of me rediscovering songs that I listened to when I was a young lad and listening to them again and remembering how great they were. You know what I mean? Like, I Don't Mind by Usher. That song just came on and I was like, holy fuck, dude. I completely forgot about this. But it's kind of a banger, you know? So I was listening to that. Then also, some other songs came on. I was like, you know what? I just have to go back down memory lane, pull up a bunch of old tunes from like the early 2000s, the early 2010s, the teens. What do you call that age? So you got the early 2000s from like 2000 to like 09. And then what is like 10 to 19? Is that the teens, the tens? I don't know, because we're in the 2020s, obviously. I don't know. I feel like it would be the 2010s. I feel like would be that 10 to 19. I don't know. I'm just gonna call it that. So when I say the 2010s, just know I'm talking about from 2010 to 2019. Okay, just to let you guys know. So yeah, so I pulled up some old songs from like the early 2000s, the early 2010s, talking like maybe 10 to 15, sort of that range. The early 2010s. Like Low. Remember that song? Apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur, and the whole club was looking at her. That song came on, I'm like, dude, this is a banger. Why did we ever stop listening to this? You know what I mean? Even pulling up some Black Eyed Peas, their albums The End and The Beginning. Which other than the most recent, did they come out with an album recently? I don't know. Maybe it was just like a song or something like that. But other than like the most recent music that the Black Eyed Peas came out with, was The Beginning like the last album they ever came out with before they just sort of like broke apart or fell off the face of the earth? Because that's the last one I remember. And I'm like, it's kind of ironic that you have The End, then you have The Beginning, and then that's it. No more music. Maybe you guys should have switched those two albums. But anyways. So yeah, I'm listening to some old Black Eyed Peas songs. Rock That Body, Rockin' to the Beat, Fashion Beats, Don't Stop the Party. Oh my God, dude. These are some bangers. Absolute certified ding-a-lingers. Okay? Like, once again, why do we ever stop listening? I've been jamming out to these old songs that I used to listen to as a young lad. And I am living life. And I'm also like, as I'm listening to these, I'm sort of thinking, I'm like, man, how many people though, of like the younger generation, like when's like the age where people like don't remember this song anymore? You know what I mean? Like, Low, Apple Bottom Jeans, that was a big ass song when it came out, right? So like, where's the cutoff, right? At what age did people not know about that song? So like if you played that now, they're like, I don't know, what is this song? You know what I mean? And it's just sort of crazy to think about. Like how big of a phenomenon Apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur, that was a huge thing, And now I'm just sort of like, if I play this, will people know this? Or they'll be like, yo, that's a sick song. Did that just come out this year? I'm like, no, this is from, I don't even know when. When did that song even come out? I was maybe like 2010. I don't know. But yeah, that was a huge song. The Wobble. I mean, the Wobble's kind of a staple. So I feel like everyone pretty much knows that song ever since it came out, because that's a staple for any sort of party. Any sort of party where there's dancing, you got to play the Wobble. Sort of like the Cupid Shuffle. Some songs like that. Cha-Cha Slide. But yeah. So okay, maybe everyone knows about the wobble. Okay, but once again, low. I don't mind. You know what I mean? I've just sort of like been thinking about that recently. It's like, you know, the where's the cutoff for some of these things that are like nostalgic for me, for us, you know, anyone else who's in my age group. You know, like Vine? Where's the cutoff for Vine, you know? At what point do you like show an old Vine and someone like a young person has no idea what that is? Where's like the cutoff for that? I mean, talk about feeling old. Imagine showing someone like, you know, the what's like a famous Vine? Why can I not think of one right now? I have no idea. But you know what I'm talking about. Like, imagine showing someone an old Vine, being like, "Yo, remember this?" And they're like, "No, what is this?" And you're like, "Yo, this is from Vine." And like, what the hell is that? You know, like how many people? Where's the cutoff where people don't know that TikTok used to be Musically? You know what I mean? Some crazy ass shit. I don't know. I've been having an old crisis. I've been having a crisis where I'm like, I feel fucking old. You know what I mean? 'Cause I don't know, man. I'm getting old. I'm 23. You know. Okay, that doesn't sound old. Okay, but like, being on the internet sometimes, I'm like, okay, I feel old. I feel old, man. You know, I just. So yeah, I don't know. I've just been kind of feeling old recently, despite only being 23. I feel like you shouldn't start feeling old until your 30s, you know? Not that being 30 is old, but like I feel like that is like an appropriate age where you should start feeling old. You know what I mean? Cuz now you're like, well, yeah, you're in your 30s, you know? 20s though, you should still feel kind of young, you know? But here I am, 20 fucking 3, and I already feel old. I can't imagine what 40 is going to be like for me. I'm going to be sitting there and be like, I am literally a grandpa right now. I belong in a nursing home. I don't know, but I don't. It's also like I'm just making it all up in my head. I'm just sitting here thinking like, where's the cutoff, and I'm just feeling old from that. Nothing's ever happened where someone's like, I don't know that song or I don't know that Vine. I'm just sort of thinking. I'm already thinking about like where that generational gap is going to be. And I don't know. I guess I think I feel like it's closer than it actually is. I don't know. But yeah, because like Vine closed in like 2016, right? That's like when it shut down. So that was like 7 years ago, right? Maybe 7, maybe 8. I don't know. What month did it close? I don't know. This would be the 8th year, which is fucking crazy. 8 years since Vine. I don't know. I'm having an old crisis. You know, like even like sometimes where I'm like, you know, I just like see some things that young people do, and I'm just like, God, that's so immature. You know what I mean? That it's like moments like that where I feel old. Also, like it's like when you start getting excited for like adult things. You know, like I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about like what kind of dishes I want. You know what I mean? I was just talking to my friend about this, and we were literally talking about like dishware. You know, like plates and shit. And I was like, dude, I want like those square plates. You know what I'm talking about? It's a plate that's a square. You know, pretty obvious. But I want square plates. You know, and I'm like super pumped about that. I was like, dude, I'm so excited that like when I finally buy a house, I become a homeowner, I can start getting like some nice dishware and shit. I can't wait to get these square dishes, you know? And I'm like getting excited about houses. Like I'm getting a whole lot of house content recommended to me on Instagram, and I'm loving every minute of it. I was like, oh yeah, dude, I want my kitchen to look like that. I'm getting excited about adult things. What kind of pots and pans I want, I'm like. Then I sit back and I'm like, why am I getting excited? I'm 23. I should be getting excited about going to the club or something like that. I should be getting excited about partying. Why am I getting excited about the dishes I'm gonna get? And my friend, she was telling me how she wants like these like for her dishes, she wants like these plates that kind of look like bowls and shit. I don't know how to really explain it, but that's basically what it is. It's like a plate that kind of looks like a bowl. And she showed me that. I was like, oh shit, I want some of those too. For just like sending houseware stuff, And like, I don't know, man. Just like kitchenware, what kind of appliances we want. I don't know. I mean, I still like want some like fun stuff, right? Like I want like a latte machine. You know what I mean? I want one of those. I'm a big coffee drinker. Keurig, the one K-cup Keurig is just not cutting it for me anymore. Like I want to be a full-on at-home barista. Or baristo, because I'm a dude. I don't know. Is that a thing? Switching the A to an O. I want to be a full-on baristo. But yeah, I like it's that type of shit, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm just getting excited about adult shit. And I'm like, I'm 23. I should not be thinking about this already. I should not be thinking about like, I don't know. Maybe I should. Because like you hear about people in the old days, back in like the 70s or 80s, 50s and shit, and they're like getting houses when they're like 19. You know what I mean? Having a fucking office job. So I don't know, maybe I'm just super late to the party. I don't know. But I feel like 23 is still a little too young to be getting excited about that type of stuff, I mean, you could be a homeowner whenever you want, and hey, more power to you. That's actually a good thing. But I'm just saying, like, at 23, I don't think I should be getting excited about that type of stuff, Should be really getting excited about that like 25 after. You know what I mean? So I guess I only got a couple years, which is crazy. I'm going to be even older. Feel old now. Just wait until I'm 25. I'm going to be super old. I don't know. I have a bit of a crisis over here. Yeah, and I'm also like, even just in this episode, I was complaining about some like fashion choices of young people these days. Complaining about the big ass hole, but still, like, what is that? What is the big ass hole in the jeans? I don't understand that. Like, please, someone who wears that, please tell me the function or even like the fashionable appeal of that. You know what I'm talking about? It's just like they ripped the front of their jeans off. Like, just wear shorts at that point. Like. Having like a few holes in your jeans that could be a fashion thing, like distressed jeans. But then there's just some people that, like I said, they just rip the whole front of their jeans off. And you're like, okay, that's way past distressed. Okay. That is like tortured jeans. What did you do to them? Also, how do you wash that? You know what I mean? I know you just put in the wash, but I'm just thinking like it could get caught on something, and it would just like fray and tear even more. How long do those jeans last? Considering these jeans are not distressed at all. At least when I bought them, there wasn't a single hole in them, and they're already tearing. I mean, imagine what would happen if you already had a hole. To how much worse that would make it. I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm just not really a huge fan of distressed jeans. Anyways, I used to have a pair. But the thing that really pissed me off, though, about my distressed jeans is that every time I try to put them on, my foot would go through the hole in the jeans. And then I have to, like, pull my leg back out and then go through the actual jeans. And it annoyed me every single time. I was like, why? Why? Just go through the jeans. Maybe I should have like worn them like that one time, you know? Just walking around with your legs through the holes in the jean instead of the actual jeans. Be like, this is the new fashion trend, guys. Okay? Legs through the holes in the jeans. I don't know. This has just been the episode of me complaining about being old. I'm feeling old right now. I'm feeling old right now. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna end the episode here. I'm gonna go cry a little bit. I'm gonna go cry about being old for a little bit. I'm now really depressed because I'm old. So yeah, whatever you guys are listening to this on, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow, and leave a review. All that really helps me out a lot. For every like on this episode is one less tear that I shed. Okay, so do me a favor and give this video a like. Okay. Follow me on social media at RealJLions on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And yeah, I'm old, so I'm just gonna go cry. So